All right, if the following numbers were ordered from smallest to largest, which would be in the third position? All right, first we have 5 numbers. Okay, and we're going to start simplifying each of them. Again, the one we're interested in is this one. Okay, so let's begin with 1/2 to the -2. And that's actually equal to 4. We flip it and then square it. Okay, I'm going to put a line, go to the next number. 1/3 equals 0.33, repeating. Also could write it as 0.3 with a bar over the 3. Okay. Here we have the square root of 17. And we don't need a calculator here. We're going to estimate knowing that the square root of 16, the perfect square of 16 is 4. So this must be slightly above 4. Slightly above 4. Okay? And we can look back at that. If we really have one that's close to it, we could calculate it if we needed. All right, now pi equals 3.14. And then we have the square root of 3. Again, we don't have to have a calculator. If we're in a hurry, trying to save time, make the most use of our time, we can realize that this is less than the square root of 4, so it's less than 2. Then again, it's also greater than the square root of 1. So the square root of 1 is 1. So this is somewhere between 1 and 2, right? Probably more towards this side, but it's still less than 2, okay? And of course we could calculate this if we needed it, but the key information is here. So let's get this. One thing that's really important as we start to look is that we not get confused with 0.3 versus 3. We need to realize that this is a decimal. So this is very, very small compared to the rest of the numbers. They're all greater than 1, I believe. And so we'll start out by saying 1/3 is our first number. Okay? And then our second number, so this is number 1. And we could actually just do it this way. Our second number is this one that's just below 2. Our third number is actually going to be pi. Our fourth number is 1/2 to the -2. And then our fifth number is the square root of 17. So notice that we didn't need to actually calculate these, as long as we can estimate, well, this one's bigger than this one, especially in the case of these two, where we need to know that the square root of 17 is bigger than 1/2 to the negative 2. It may just be slightly bigger, but it is the fifth instead of the fourth. All that being said, really would not change which one is the third. So if you could find which is the third, you wouldn't have to bother with figuring out what is 4 and 5, and that might be a way for you to shave off some seconds, if not a minute, of your time. So what is the question? Which would be in the third position? That is pi, and that is choice D, as in Delta.